It's May 25th on a Tuesday. We're starting a couple of minutes late, but just figuring out some technical difficulties here. But everything seems to be good. We are actually live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. So if you're joining us from any of those platforms, drop by and say hi. So it seems like everything is working from our end. Just I already see quite a few people in Facebook as well as on YouTube, and a couple on Instagram as well. So if you're in any of those platforms, make sure to comment down below, give it a quick thumbs up to this video, and comment below just to make sure that the video and audio is working fine and you can see and hear me okay before we kind of jump into the topics for today. I already see here some people from Facebook. All right, I've got a couple of people on Instagram already. All right, let's see. Just give a quick thumbs up and let me know in the comments if everything's good and you can hear and see me okay. Tom Rivers, hi, all good. Good. And yeah, let me know in the comments below, any of the platforms you're joining us, whether you're on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube, how or where are you joining us from? Which part of the country you're from? We also sometimes get people that show up from outside of the U.S. So let us know where you're from, and also if you're here for the very first time or you've kind of seen us before on these live broadcasts. Okay, all good. Barb, Boop, all good. Okay, so Charlene Phillips from Reno, Nevada, welcome. Arthur from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, welcome. We got a Cantor from Ontario, Canada. Got some people from South Carolina. Patsy from Kentucky. On Instagram, ZSO Creative 1 from East Coast. All right, awesome. All right, let's check on Facebook. On YouTube, we got some people from Canada, from Miramar, Florida. Oh, I used to live there. Southern California. We got some people from Jersey, from New York, from Las Vegas. Gretel from Orlando, Florida. Welcome, guys. Welcome. And a lot of first-timers here as well. Every time we do these live broadcasts, we always attract some people that are joining us for the very first time. So always good to see that. And welcome to those of you that are joining back for second or third or even the 10th time. So, all right, I think everything should be working fine. Let me kind of, so as some more people are trickling in on all three platforms, I wanted to kind of go through some announcements just so we kind of get that out of the way, and then we can kind of jump into the topics for today. So to start off, if you're joining us for the very first time, which a lot of you are, how this works is we typically spend about an hour on this live broadcast, and then we kind of go through any questions that you guys might have about the apparel decoration industry, whether that's about embroidery or Dtg printing. We answer any questions you guys might have and hopefully kind of get you kickstarted or even grow and scale your business even further. So any questions that, feel free to ask in the comments below. I'll kind of go through all the questions in this 1 hour and kind of try to answer as many as possible. And we'll also put some of the questions on the screen so that you can kind of see the questions that other people are asking, and that way if you have a similar question you can also hear the answer to that as well. Now if I don't get to your question, feel free to ask that again, as some of these platforms the questions do disappear because a lot of people are kind of in the chats, so I try to get to as many as possible, but if I don't, feel free to ask again and then I might see it there. So that's kind of how the format of all this works. It's pretty casual and really up to you guys as to kind of where you want to take the conversation, so I'm really kind of here just to help you guys out and to answer any questions that you guys might have. So before we kind of get started, and feel free to already type in some of the questions that you might have in the comment section below, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or on Instagram. I'll be checking kind of all three periodically for any questions. But before we kind of jump into some of the questions, I wanted to kind of do some housekeeping admin things to make sure that you guys are aware of a couple of things that we have going on. So first and foremost, if you guys haven't heard the big news already, if you're not subscribed to our newsletter or to our email list, you might have seen this on our social media, or if you got an email from us, you kind of know that we have launched our very own white toner transfer printer. So the Luminaris 200 is our newest white toner transfer printer, and we have a couple of packages, a starter and a pro package bundle that you can purchase. We just launched that last Friday, so got a huge amount of interest from that. Has already probably about 10 to 15 orders already over the last 2 days, essentially, just Friday and Monday, and got a huge wave of interest from that. And if you've kind of been following us and looking at some of the things that we've been making, you probably have seen us kind of hint at this in the past, and this is something that we're very excited about. It is a much more affordable option to get kind of into t-shirt printing and being able to use the white toner transfer printer to kind of heat transfer different designs onto various garments like your caps or t-shirts, jackets, hoodies, things of that nature. It is super flexible of a machine. You can, with heat transfer, you can basically transfer onto anything that you can put under a heat press. So this will really complement whether you already do embroidery or you have direct-to-garment printing. This will complement that even further by offering another solution to your customers, right? It is more affordable in terms of an entry into t-shirt printing. It's not a replacement for DTG, I would say, because they have very different uses, and the feel of the transfer is going to be different than the feel of printing directly onto the t-shirt. I actually did quite a few videos comparing these different methods on YouTube, so if you're interested to check that out, make sure to check out and follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're interested in checking that out. But heat transfer, the two-step heat transfer that this white toner transfer printer will allow you to do is very different than DTG, and obviously very different from embroidery. So this allows you to add another layer of product offerings to your customers that you might not otherwise have, and that allows you to increase your revenue and really become that one-stop shop experience for your clients. All right, I'll quickly go over the two bundles that we have for the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer. So we have the starter bundle, which comes with everything you need to get started, not only the printer itself, but 100 sheets of transfer paper. We also have a 15 by 15 manual heat press, a flat heat press that you will need for obviously doing heat transfer of these printed sheets onto a piece of garment. And it also comes with the Lumen Rip software that you are able to kind of rip designs and transfer designs from your computer and edit them, kind of like it's kind of an all-in-one software that's able to allow you to kind of edit the design and flip it and do all sorts of things on the RIP software to be able to transfer it to the printer to be printed. Okay, so that comes with the machine package. Lumen Rip is also Mac compatible, so not only Windows compatible, but also Mac compatible. So that's super helpful for those of you that use a Mac, and it's purely in the cloud. So you don't have any dongles to kind of plug in and download anything. You can download everything from the cloud and just put in your serial number to activate your actual license. All right, so Lumen Rip does come with both packages, the starter bundle and the pro bundle. The difference in the pro bundle is you get more paper. You also get a live training with an instructor, so you can kind of really dive deep into the Lumen Rip software, as well as how to use the printer, how heat transfer works. And you get more paper and supplies with the package as well. So, and also you get a automatic 16 by 20 heat press, so a larger heat press, and it's fully automatic versus a manual smaller heat press. So some upgrades there. If you're really looking to run a commercial business, a pro bundle will probably be your best fit because you get more supplies, more bang for your buck, and that live training is just super helpful to be able to kind of be comfortable with your machine and be comfortable with your investments. And what a lot of people find super helpful in the pro bundle is also, instead of just getting a 12-month warranty, you actually get an 18-month extended warranty. So 6 extra months of peace of mind that you can have with the Pro Bundle, all parts and labor covered for that warranty period. All right, so that's kind of the announcement that some of you might have already seen. For those of you that haven't been following us, this is the big announcements that we were hinting at in some of our posts to announce on this live stream, and now you know. So if you're interested in any of those packages, make sure to kind of check out our link in the comment section below that our team has posted there, and feel free to talk to a product specialist and kind of see which package is best suited for your needs. All right, some other quick announcements. We do have the Memorial Day sale going on. So I know that we're starting a little bit early. It's not till this weekend is the actual holiday, but we have started the Memorial Day sale, which will go till end of next week, actually. And that's on all of our machines. So not only the Luminaris 200 that I just mentioned, where you get the 2 different bundles, which by the way for the period of the Memorial Day sale, you do get free shipping on both bundles. You also get free shipping on all of our embroidery machines and our DTG printers. So make sure to check that out as well. I kind of go over the embroidery promo right now. We do have payments as low as $130 per month to get started with embroidery. That's you see that on the screen there, and free shipping up to $1,500. So the bigger machine you buy, the larger you'll save on shipping. And also on DTG, we also have payments as low as $235 per month on the DTG printers, the Ricoh RI1000, also with 0% financing and free shipping, and that can save you upwards of $800 on your shipping on the DTG printer as well. So, and last but not least, obviously on the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer, you get free shipping on either package as well for the duration of the sale. And that can save you easily $700 to $800 just on the shipping itself, because keep in mind, it's not only the printer, but also the other things in the bundle, like the supplies and also the heat press, which is super heavy. Okay, so hope that helps. Any questions about any of the sale that I mentioned, feel free to comment down below on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. I'll kind of get to those and answer those questions. And then if you're looking for any sort of add-ons or accessories for embroidery or for DTG or for this white toner transfer printer, feel free to also check out our sale that's on shop.ricoma.com, our online shop, where you get 10% off of all heat presses and also 10% off of all sewing machines. So we have a bunch of sewing machines on there as well that people can use to stitch kind of to stitch patches onto caps, which a lot of people use the post-bed sewing machine for. We actually just put out a new video last week on showing you how to do that. So a lot of people have been buying industrial sewing machines to stitch and sew patches onto caps or onto flat garments. That's super helpful for doing that. So check out some of the industrial sewing machines there. We also have 10% off for the duration of the sale. And then if you order over $1,000 on the shop, you get free shipping on everything that you order. So feel free to check that out with some of the heat presses. If you want to add on or buy a mug press or a plate press or a cap press, we have a bunch of different heat presses on the website as well, and they're all 10% off. All right. Last but not least, the giveaway that we're having today for this live stream will be a cap embroidery starter kit from AutoCaps, our sponsor for this live stream, as well as a $50 credit for future purchases that's included in that cap embroidery kit. So you'll not only get some free caps that you can try out and maybe stitch on or heat press on or transfer onto, but you can also get a $50 credit for your future order in that cap. So we will announce the winner of the cap kit at the end of this live stream. All right, cool. So with that all being said, I know there's a lot of things to digest, but our team will kind of put the links to some of these things down below in the comment section so we can pin it, and feel free to check it out, either during this live stream or anytime after, and make sure you take advantage of the new launch that's going on for the white toner transfer printer that you can get free shipping on, as well as all of our other products like embroidery and DTG. All right, all that's going on for the Memorial Day sale ending next Friday. All right, so I'm going to start with Facebook first and take a look at some of the questions. And by the way, feel free to, I already see some questions coming in, so I will be answering them in the order that they come in. And, so feel free to chime in with any questions that you might have. I'll make sure to get to those. Okay, so let's start with some questions from Facebook first. Let's see here. So first question from Kim Courtney. I guess it's about the Luminaris 200 with the new white tone transfer printer. Do you offer the Luminaris without the heat press? I mean, sure, you can buy it just the printer if you already have a heat press. You know, obviously you would need a heat press to make the printer work because you need to heat transfer it onto the garment. You could purchase it without the heat press, but you know we've made the value of it much more valuable with the heat press bundled in. If you take it out, you can definitely purchase it. It's going to be a lower cost, obviously, without the heat press, but you don't get as more of a value out of it as with a bundle. But you can definitely feel free to do that. Just contact your product specialist for that. All right, let's see some other questions here. What other questions do you guys have? Nate Christner asked, where are the products with the pricing? Everything I have found is with payments. So yeah, contact a product specialist. They will be able to give you better pricing, and more more concrete pricing, because it really depends on what model of the machine you're looking for, right? You can look for a single head, a multi-head, and even within single heads, we have like 5 different options for single head. So it really just depends on what you're looking for, and the price of all of that is going to be different. Okay, Jeremy Green asks, what machine can embroider hats and shirts in one? So all of our machines can embroider hats and shirts. All you have to do is change out the attachment. So when you embroider caps, there's what's called a cap driver and a cap attachment, and that's what allows you to embroider on caps and hoop the cap on there. When you need to embroider flat items, you take that out and replace it with brackets, and you're able to embroider shirts. So all of our machines are able to embroider, both at the, in one. You don't have to buy another machine solely for hats or solely for caps. Solely for caps or solely for shirts. You don't have to do that. You all the accessories and kind of add-ons come with the package in our embroidery machine packages, so we would allow you to do both. That's a good question, though. So David Fowler Hawkins asked, I just purchased mine and waiting for it to be shipped on the 31st. My question is, will you have other colors such as gold, silver, and neon? I assume you're talking about the white toner transfer printer, the Luminaris 200. So yes, that might come down. I think you're talking about like maybe the toner options. Yeah, as we're kind of launching the product and expanding the range of what the product can do, those will definitely be options down the road. Okay, so Pueblo asks, does the DTG printer come with a stand? So it doesn't. You can put it on like a sturdy table, such as the one that I have here, or if you have a stand or any workstation, you can put it on top of that. But it does not come with a kind of a rolling stand for you to roll around in. Linda Russell asks, will you be doing any trade shows this year? So nice to see you again, Linda. So right now we don't have anything confirmed because there's still quite a lot of shows that have either been canceled or have not been confirmed yet. So as soon as they confirm that it's still happening and it's still being planned, then we will kind of confirm our attendance as we go. But I know for sure that I think one that's happening in Orlando with Printing United, I believe we are going to that one because that show has been confirmed. So Here's a great question from Renee Johnson. I hear that samples are the best way to get business. What kind of samples would be best? So samples is one way to get business. It's not the only way, or I would say the best way. But it's definitely one effective way to get business. And I would say that the best type of samples to give are ones that customers can visualize what they could use it for, right? You don't want to just give any sample where it doesn't really kind of impact them, or they can't find any use for it. So as an example, right, if you are pitching to a local Starbucks, right, and you know they have these green aprons and they have the green visors with the star caps with the Starbucks logo on it, you might want to kind of get something very similar to what they have and put a sample on that, so that they can visualize that, okay, my logo can go on something like this, and they can kind of start to see what are the possibilities. Or you might be able to pitch them some new product if they already have kind of, aprons and visors. Maybe you pitch them some other product like polo shirts or anything else that you find might be helpful to their business from a branding perspective, and then you kind of take that item and you embroider their logo on it or a sample logo on it and show them that, so that they can again visualize what is possible, and therefore not just something that they would never use. Um, Tiffany Maddox Starcher said, I just had my training yesterday on the MT15 needle machine. I have a lot of learning to do. Yes, it is definitely a learning curve, but it's very doable if you put your mind to it and kind of spend the time mastering the craft, and ask any questions, right? Our support team is here to help you 7 days a week and after hours, and for the lifetime that you have the machine. So lifetime support and 7 days and after hours support is really there for you to have that peace of mind, to know that you have someone to talk to should you have any questions. All right, let's jump on over to some questions from Instagram if we have any. Let me see here. So Swayze Wop says, will the EM1010 have bigger hoop sizes? The largest size is 12 by 8, so that's the largest size that we have currently. When will the robot frame be back in stock from ZSO Creative One? Not really sure, but probably soon. If it's out of stock, I don't know if it's out of stock right now on the shop. If it says out of stock, then obviously it is, and we should be getting quite a few containers in the next several weeks. So it should be back pretty soon for you to order. But I believe someone just ordered it like a couple of weeks ago, so maybe it was sold out from that one. But it should be soon. All right, jump on over to kind of YouTube if you have any questions on YouTube here. So Daryl Williams from YouTube asked a great question. What does MT, TC, and SWD mean, or differences in the SWD, MT, and the TC? All right, so great question, and that's a common question that we get when people are considering between those three different commercial single head models. So what I would say, let's start off with the TC. Let's go from the lowest priced to the highest priced. So the lowest price will be the TC, and that's kind of the flagship single head commercial model, and we've had that model for a long time, and it's a fan favorite. And the biggest difference between the MT and between the TC and the MT is the clearance space underneath the head. So what I mean by that is the MT series actually has a larger clearance area underneath the machine head to accommodate for bulkier items. So the embroidery area is the same. It's both 22 by 14. That's the largest hoop that you get, and it's the largest embroidery area on the MT and the TC. But the MT has a different build where it has a larger clearance area and it's taller and deeper underneath the head to be able to accommodate bulkier items like your duffel bags, jackets, and things of that nature. Not that they can't be done on the TC, it can still be done. It's just that that clearance area allows the garment to not interfere and get caught on any of the body of the machine. You have much more access and space to be able to kind of put in and hoop these bulkier items like your bags and jackets. So that's the benefit of the MT versus the TC, and the price difference is not that much. It's only about $1,000 or probably even less than that between the two machines. So some people just opt in for the larger clearance area just to have that flexibility. Now the TC is more compact. It is also lighter. So if it kind of like if being able to be portable and portability is a big factor for you, then perhaps the TC is a better fit. Now with the SWD, it's kind of even a step beyond the MT series. The SWD machine has the largest embroidery area on the market for a single head machine. It goes up to 32 by 20. So if you remember what I mentioned about the MT and the TC, it's 22 by 14. So 32 by 20, it's like 50% more. You're getting 10 more inches on the width, and even 6 more inches on the depth of the embroidery area. So that's really great for like super large designs, and also super conducive for patches. If you're looking to do a lot of patches, you can use the sash frame on the SWD, and you can fit a lot more patches in one single run versus what you can do on the TC or on the MT. So if patches is your thing, a larger embroidery area can definitely help you be able to get more patches done in one single run, and therefore not have to re-hoop as often, making you more efficient in your overall production in your shop. So I hope that helps, and if you're looking to kind of dive into further detail on any of those models, feel free to contact our specialists here, and they can even do a virtual demo on any of these machines to show you what the difference is and how it looks like. BLT and Binary asked, I want to order a 12-head machine. Is there any other way to finance the machines besides Synchrony? So yes, we have other financing that's available. We have like commercial financing. If you have a business, you would need to have a business though, an LLC or some sort of business, and run it through your business credit. So yes, we definitely have those options that are available. And if you're interested to kind of go through that route and finance that way for a 12-head machine, those approvals can tend to be higher, because I think they can go up to like $100,000 or $50,000. So it can definitely help with a larger purchase, such as with a 12-head machine. So feel free to get in touch with our product specialist team here, and then they can guide you through what the financing options are, and make you kind of walk you through the application and all that, and then get you a response as to what you're approved for. Okay, Seijo's Creations asks, what is the best embroidery thread to be used on the MT1501 7S? So what this is not just on the MT. This is, I think, what we recommend in general. We always use polyester thread. Okay, so we don't use rayon. We always use polyester thread. It just works better with embroidery. And the brands that we typically use are either Isocord or Madeira thread on any of our embroidery machines, whether it's for testing or whether it's for running a design or whether it's for a trade show. So we either use Isocord or Madeira, which your machines come with a Madeira starter kit, so you kind of already have those options there, and you can kind of order more from the same company. But always order the polyester ones from either of those brands. Soul Deep Designs by Sherry says, yes, he's right. I have the sash frame for my patches, really nice, and the screen, which is 8S, screen is very nice. Yeah. So for patches, the SWD 1501 is super helpful because of that sash frame, just so wide and large of an area that you're able to just embroider a lot more patches in one given run. All right. Let's see any other questions here. All All right, it seems like those are the questions so far from YouTube. Feel free to chime in on either YouTube or Instagram, or any other questions you might have. Got one question from Instagram from 414 Lonnie. How does financing work? So financing, we have several financing options, as I just kind of mentioned. If you're just joining us, we can either finance via personal credit, your business credit, 0%, not 0%. Your product specialist will be the best person to kind of walk you through the different financing options depending on your circumstance. If you just started your business or you've been in business for 10, 20 years, it's a different story, and probably we can guide you through what's the best financing route for purchasing your next piece of equipment. Larger Sky 548 says how to avoid bobbin showing up on the front of the design. So that just means that your bobbin thread is too loose, the tension is too loose. So go ahead and tighten your bobbin case. There's a screw on your bobbin case that will tighten the tension. Give it that a good turn or a half turn, and that should fix your problem. Basically, what's happening is the bobbin thread is too loose and it's being pulled to the top by the top thread. All right. Okay, it's going back to Facebook. Okay, let's see what questions here. So here's one question from Desiree Simmons, Boston. I'm interested in the Luminaris printer. Please confirm, is there only one toner for this machine? So there's quite a few toners actually. So I believe it's 5 in total. So it comes with CMYK and white. So it's CMYK white. So 5 toners total, and that allows you to print your entire spectrum of colors, right, including white, on being able to have a under layer of white so that you can print more vibrant designs on top of it, and then that way it can transfer well onto dark garments. Jose Davila says, waiting on my EM1010, heads up, long wait, almost June 25th, can't wait. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a wait on the EM1010 because it's been so popular and people have been ordering a lot of those. So, but we are getting quite a few of those pretty soon. So, from now till June 25th, only about a month wait. It's pretty typical nowadays, especially with the supply chain still catching up. But I think we've been able to get that kind of sorted out quite a lot better than some of the other companies, and we should be getting a lot of inventory quite soon. So some models might be more out of stock than others. It just really depends. Again, your rep will be able to tell you, kind of give you more visibility into kind of the pipeline for which models are on back order and for how long is the ETA for shipping. Yes, the Luminaris 200 printer is in stock, so we do have that. Although I do feel at the pace that we're going, we just launched it last Friday and already got like 15 orders. I think the first shipment is only about 100. So I do expect, if it's, 15 orders in like 2 days, I think by the end of this month, probably like half of them is going to be gone. So I would recommend getting in on that if you're interested and taking advantage of the promo that's going on with the free shipping, and get in on that so that you don't miss the first shipment. Although there's more shipments that are coming, but hey, that might be another 2 to 3 weeks wait or 4 to 5 weeks wait, and you might as well just get in on this first wave and also take advantage of the free shipping that's going on. Jose asks, how much is a toner for the white toner product? So it depends on the toner. The white toner is the most expensive because that's what get used a lot. I believe that one is like maybe $400, $400 to $500. It's on the shop, so you can check that out there. But the good thing about toner cartridges is it's not like ink, where you have to change ink quite frequently. With toner, it can actually last quite a long time. So about 3,000 pages. So with that you can print a lot, right? And 3,000 pages, you're talking about like, not the whole. You can probably print more if you're not printing the whole page in full colors. So if you're just printing multiple designs on one, you can definitely print a lot more than 3,000. So definitely the toner, I think on a per unit cost, in terms of like per print cost, it's like in the pennies and like maybe like 10 cents. It's really low in terms of the toner cost. Seth Finley asks, is there an embroidery thread company that you suggest use? So as I mentioned, either the Madeira thread that comes with the machine, which is great, or Isocord. We've also used those before. So either of those companies, you can't go wrong. Although the ones that come with the machine, you can get coupons and discounts if you order from them. Okay, so Valerie Gordon is asking on behalf of a Ricoma Connect member, Tyler Love, who is looking to start a custom apparel business, but is worried about taxes and LLC. What intel can you give? Can you share on this subject to ease some of her anxieties about this? So sure. So I mean, with an LLC, it's part of the LLC and taxes. That's part of the business. That's the cost of doing business, essentially. But I would recommend establishing an LLC for a couple of reasons. One, there's a lot of tax benefits for LLC, right? Like depending on your circumstance, for an LLC, again, I'm not a CPA by any means, so disclaimer, this is purely just my opinion on what I know and what I think is the case, but consult with an actual accounting specialist or a CPA for any of this kind of like legal setup and accounting setup, especially with regards to taxes. So with that disclaimer out of the way, from what I know is with an LLC, you can actually have your income from the LLC actually flows through, so you're not being double taxed. So essentially, like you as a business owner, your income is coming from the LLC as well. But establishing an LLC it's more formal. It's better to do it that way because it also separates the liability, right? Because it's a limited liability company, and therefore anything that's within the LLC, it doesn't impact you as an individual, right? But its income, it kind of flows through to you. It flows through, so you can draw dividends and pay yourself from the LLC. So I think it's good to establish that it's more professional and formal also. And at the same time, with regards to taxes, again, it's just part of it. It's part of the cost of doing business. But having an LLC, the benefit is you're not being double taxed. It's not like a C corporation where you get taxed on your on the personal income side. You also get taxed there. But with an LLC, it's like a flow through entity where your LLC's income is essentially your personal income. So you're not getting taxed on that twice. So I think it's actually more of a tax benefit, but paying taxes is just part of doing business. Okay, so Charlene Phillips asks, how loud are the SWD 1501 and the MT 1501 embroidery machines? So we're actually quite known for being the quietest embroidery machine on the market. Especially the SWD 1501, and the MT is pretty quiet also. But I've heard the SWD 15 needle machine in person at a trade show, and literally I'm like standing next to the machine, and I can have a kind of a normal volume conversation with another person that's standing right next to the machine. It's super quiet because the components, like we've engineered the components so smoothly inside, especially the mechanical components, that the interaction between all those components, as you can imagine, with all these moving pieces, if there's a little bit of a gap or they're not working in sync as much, that can create noise, right? But it's so smooth that it's literally like super quiet when you're right next to them, right next to the machine and having a conversation. You can have a normal volume conversation without being distracted, and it just runs super smooth like butter, even at 1,000 stitches per minute, which we were at the trade show we're running it that fast because we have this huge tiger design. I don't know if some of you that have seen us at trade shows, you probably have seen the huge tiger design. That's like 300,000 stitches and takes like 5-6 hours to actually run. So we run it at 1,000 stitches per minute, and even at that speed, it's super quiet right next to the machine. So we're actually generally quite known for being the quietest on the industry, and that's because of all the mechanical components inside. It's super well kind of pieced together and functioning in sync with one another to be able to minimize that noise as much as possible. Okay, Elvis Pastrana asked, interested on buying a machine, who can call me? So you can either call our team here, or I'm sure my team that's monitoring the live, why don't you send over the, reach out to Elvis and get his contact info, and then put him in touch with a product specialist. So we can also call you if you just, tell us what's the best number to reach you at. Linda Russell says, I have both the MT1501 and the SWD, and we can carry on a conversation near it. Love the SWD. Yep, as I mentioned, the SWD is super quiet, so is the MT, but I think from a personal just experience, I've stood next to an MT and stood next to an SWD. The SWD is even quieter than the MT. It's like you can barely hear it. The way that the needle and the press foot lands on the garment, it's just super quiet, and it runs like butter. Michelle Joy says, I love my TC, no problem with Carhartt jackets. Yep, as I mentioned, they can definitely be done. The benefit of the MT is just that larger clearance space, so you can access and put the jackets in there better, and any of the excess garments on the jacket is not like touching any part of the machine because of that big clearance area, so it doesn't get caught or anything. It's just a better, setup. But it's not like it can't be done on the TC. We have plenty of people that do jackets and bags on the TC. But for those that likes that extra clearance area on the MT, I think for the price difference of like $10 per month, or $700 or something, it's worth the difference. Linda Russell says, don't tell my MT I love my SWD. I love it too. Yes, Linda has three machines, I believe, right? Two MT 1501s and one SWD. And so she can definitely be a helpful resource in kind of comparing the two because she has experience with both. Joe Perez, I want to try patches, but have been swamped on hats since I got the MT1501. Love it, Joe, and seen some of your videos as well on YouTube. If you haven't checked them out, I believe it's Heart and Hustle Printing on YouTube. So go ahead and check out Joe's channel. They have some super great content on there with the MT1501 doing caps and some other orders. So I'm glad that you're staying busy with the MT. Kelly Payne asks, can you recommend the best videos to do hats? Yeah, I mean, there's so many on our YouTube channel. I would just search Cap Embroidery Ricoma on our YouTube channel and just look through everything. I mean, we have ones on like embroidering. We have tips on embroidering small letters on caps. We have ones on like embroidering Richardson caps. We have ones on embroidering 3D puff on caps. We have ones on preventing needle breaks on caps, and lowering your cap driver. I mean, we have ones embroidering the back of a cap, the sides of a cap, how to do 3 sides of the cap in one single run. I mean, you name it. Anything you can think of, we probably have covered on our YouTube channel with caps. So make sure to check that out if you're interested, and just look at any of those videos that might pique your interest. Joel Solis asked, is the lease program only for USA or includes other countries? So far, it's only for the US. We are working to see if we can extend that program to Canada. So that's the next step that we're working on, doing that, and probably partnering with someone to be able to do that. But so far, it's only in the US. All right, let's see any other questions from YouTube. And a totally Tavares asks, why is the guarantee in Dominican Republic just 1 year and the USA is 5 years? So it's really set based on your dealer and your distributor. It's not set by us here at Ricoma. So I would talk to your distributor about that, and perhaps get either an extended warranty or talk to them about why is the warranty shorter. Again, we kind of our direct sales is here in the U.S. We do have distributors all over the world, but you might want to talk to him directly on that, because those policies are set by the dealer and not by us. Pedro Augusto asked, I need to start embroidery business, but I'm afraid the machine breaking and not finding technician to fix it. I don't know. Maybe you could tell me more information about kind of why that concerns you. I mean, where you're located, and perhaps that can be indicative of your concern, to help me understand further. But we have technicians not only here in house that we can video chat with you and guide you through any easy troubleshooting, but we also have a network of technicians all over the country and throughout the world, through our dealers that can help support any of the local customers. So I really wouldn't say that that's a concern. That's definitely not something that that should deter you from getting into the embroidery business. Yeah, and like Hard and Hustle Printing just said with Joe, no, if you keep up with the maintenance, you will have no problems. You wouldn't run a car without oil. Same concept, and exactly right. If you maintain your machine well and you oil it and you clean it and you do all the proper steps for the maintenance on an ongoing basis and don't like defer any of the maintenance, your machine can last you 10, 15, and 20 years. Like it's just like a car. The more you put into it in terms of taking care of it, the more it's gonna give back to you. Now, I've seen also machines that it hasn't been oiled for weeks or months, and then you wonder why is there this screeching noise coming out of my sewing arm when I'm embroidering stuff. Well, since they got the machine like 4 months ago, they've been using it and haven't oiled it a single drop since. I mean, like, that's the kind of stuff that can damage your machine and kind of make the shaft seize up or get stuck or whatever the case is, and it just kind of like deteriorates the lifetime, the longevity of your machine, right? So, but if you take care of it well and you kind of oil it, you do the maintenance, you kind of put grease and you clean out any excess thread and lint and dirt. That's going to help keep the machine clean, and it's gonna make you multiple times over your investment. So, but you gotta put in that work and make sure that the maintenance is not deferred. Joel Solis asks, what's the cost of a full color A4 print on the Luminaris 200? Yeah, I would say probably like including the paper itself, which is the more expensive part than the actual toner. Again, the toner will just cost you like 5 to 10 cents. A full color print with the paper, it's probably less than $2. It's like a dollar 50, somewhere around there, right? So it's the paper that's gonna cost you more than the actual toner itself. The toner will just add another 10 cents, maybe 20 cents to the actual overall cost. Yvonne Hicks asks, what's the best place to purchase applique to use for the Ricoma machines? Where can I purchase the Teflon paper for the heat press? The company does not sell it. So yeah, so we currently don't sell the Teflon. That's something we're looking to add on because a lot of people have been requesting about that. So perhaps we will add that on in the future. But you can just search Teflon paper on Amazon or something and buy it from there in the meantime. In terms of applique, we also don't have like fabrics to sell for applique, but I know shops that specialize in selling these types of fabrics for applique purposes. So I would just Google it and find out who specializes in that. But I don't know any off the top of my head. I can give you a proper recommendation on it, and we haven't tried them out on our own either. Sometimes we just kind of like cut scrap pieces of fabric from our scrap shirts here, and then use that as applique for other projects. Mike K asked from YouTube, in general, what is the price delta between a single head 1501 and a dual head? Great question, Mike. So the price difference between a single head and a two head machine, you can think about it like this. Essentially, if you buy a two head machine, you're getting a single head machine, and the second head, you're getting it for 50% off. That's how you can think about it. You're getting essentially a two head machine. You're getting two heads for the price of 1.5. So you save 50% on that second head. So to put that into dollar amount, the difference between a single head and a two head machine, probably around the neighborhood of like $6,000. So a single head, you're looking at $15,000 for around 14 to 15, and then the second head you're saving close to half of that. So 50% off on the second head for a $6,000 difference. Daryl Williams from YouTube also asks, how does the included Chroma software compare with Qualcomm? So I would say the following, and people have asked me about this in the past, how does it compare to Qualcomm? I would say they both do the same thing, right? Like they can all do the same thing, and it's just a matter of like personal preference, and in terms of like how the more familiar you get with something, the more you like it, and the more ease of use it becomes. But I think one good thing about Chroma is, or two main things that I would say are the difference is that one, the Chroma is compatible with Mac, and a lot of people like using Mac for design things, especially with digitizing. So you don't have to get another PC computer just to run the digitizing software if you have Chroma. Now with Qualcomm, you do have to have another laptop or a PC based computer. A Windows-based computer to be able to run it, or you have to run parallel on your Mac, which kind of slows it down, is not as efficient. So that's the first major difference. The second one is that the price difference between Qualcomm and Chroma is huge. Qualcomm's highest tier of their digitizing software, I think the Embroidery Studio E4 or something, it costs around like $4,000, right? Maybe you get it on a sale for like $3,500. Right, like it's super expensive. Versus Chroma, the Lux version, which is the highest tier, Chroma Lux, the full price on that is $2,000. And if you already have Chroma Inspire from the package, you can just upgrade for the difference. So it's only $1,400. So compared to that, to $4,000 for Qualcomm, it's like half the price. And you get the exact same features. Probably even some features that the Qualcomm doesn't have that the Chroma software is able to do. On the highest tier, you can do applique, you can do 3D Puff, you can do a lot of different things. And at the same time, it's compatible with Mac, which should save you a couple of $100 at least from buying another computer just to run your Qualcomm. So if you have a Mac and you're used to Mac, so all that plus the half the price, I think is just so much value in the Chroma software that we get everything that we do everything that we do here from a digitizing standpoint. Willie does all of the stuff on Chroma, and he, whether it's digitizing on caps, on flats, he does all that with Chroma, and it's more than enough. D Cashin asks, after getting a face-to-face class, if I need, am I able to still view the online version? Yeah, you can go to your customer portal, sign up for another online class if you choose. It's free of charge, and part of the benefit here is you get lifetime support and lifetime retraining if you want. And you can join in on another online class and get the recording for it and everything, so you can kind of view it at your own leisure and at your own pace. And we also have the training videos, the pre-training videos on the customer portal if you are logged into that. If not, you should join that, so that you can kind of view those videos as well. And then also just a ton of training videos on our YouTube channel as well on different playlists for different machines. So it's everywhere. Like training is not, there's no shortage of training. It's more so kind of your time and your efforts to kind of set aside time to learn the machine and be able to dedicate your time to mastering the craft. All right, and for those of you that have a Ricoma machine, if I wanted to ask a quick question. I mean, how many of you are on the customer portal? Because I feel like a lot of people don't know about the customer portal. I mean, it's absolutely necessary to kind of go through the pre-training before you can schedule your training, so that you can be prepared for the training. And in order to access the pre-training videos, you have to be on the customer portal. So I want to make sure that you guys are all logged in and have access to your customer portal, because that's your source of all the resources like pre-training and scheduling your training, knowing who your rep is and your point of contact here in our team. You can also have like the videos and other quick start guides and everything. It's all uploaded in your customer portal. It's like your one-stop shop for everything you need for all your products. And then if you buy like a DTG machine or a Luminaris 200, those products are automatically synced to your profile in the customer portal, so you get the relevant resources for those products too as you expand your product offerings and purchase more different types of equipment to add to your shop. So it's really something that we've built over the last year or so, something really that we're pushing, because there's so much resources in that I feel a lot of people are missing out on, to be able to access their resources, quick start guides, parts books. You can also have like your training videos and scheduling your training, and also the referral program, right? Like we also have a referral program that probably a lot of people don't know about. If you're a Ricoma customer, you can actually just share your link, and if someone buys a machine or any other accessories from your link, you can get a referral credit for that you can use towards future purchases, right? Whether you're looking to add on some mighty hoops, or add on another machine, or add on some add-ons like hoops and other things to your embroidery machine, or even some ink for your DTG, like you can use all that credit from your referrals to purchase these add-ons. So I don't know if most people kind of know about that, but that is something that's available to every single Ricoma customer in your customer portal. So your unique referral link is in there, and I would encourage you to check that out if you are interested. But even if you don't look at the referral link, all the other resources on the videos are all in there. So I would encourage you to use that as your central hub for everything Ricoma related in terms of the products that you purchase from us. All right, we're coming up to the top of the hour here. I'll answer a couple of other questions and rapid fire through them. Let me see if I have some questions on Instagram here. So yeah, ZSO Creative says, yes, I use the View products and for tutorials outside of YouTube. So great. That's good for the customer portal. No Cap Joe HMSG asks, can you press patches on the side of trucker caps with the auto cap press? Yes, I believe you definitely can. You just gotta make sure you hoop it and thread it correctly on the cap. But yes, I've seen patches being pressed onto the side of caps as well. Abrazax Apparel says, Kenneth F here, getting my MT1501 tomorrow. Yay, buddy. Awesome. Good to hear that. And make sure to tag us if you do your project. Make sure to tag us on Instagram at Ricoma HQ. If you haven't followed us on Instagram already, make sure to follow us there, and at Ricoma HQ, so that you can keep up to date with the latest things that we post there. We post there daily, so happy to kind of share some content there. And then let's kind of go back lastly to any Facebook questions. I'll just answer a couple of more questions, maybe 2 or 3 more, and then we can wrap it up and announce the winner of the Auto Caps Kit giveaway. Armando Victoria asks, will you guys release a wide format printer? Not in the works right now, but you never know. Maybe a couple of years down the road, that's something in our pipeline. Brittany Cott asked, what if I upgrade to Chroma? Can I do chenille stitching? Yes, you definitely could. With chenille, it's a different module. It's that's outside of the 3 tiers of Chroma. So it's a different module, and you just add it on for one flat fee if you just want to add on the chenille portion. So that's separate from the kind of upgrades in the Chroma tiers. But yes, we have a module on that. It's not something that a lot of people ask for, so that's why it's a separate module from the overall module, and then you can purchase that separately. And then again, since it's cloud-based, we don't have to send you a new dongle, a new activation code. It just literally with you kind of your software, you just kind of upgrade it, and then you enter in your activation, and it's already tied to your serial number. You can have that feature unlocked in your Chroma software. Okay, let's see what other questions. Brittany Cott says, how much is that machine if I buy it straight out, the Chenille Plus Embroidery? I believe it's a little bit over 30 grand, if I'm not mistaken, or a little bit under 30 grand. I forgot the exact price, but it's probably in the high 20s. But again, contact a product specialist. They'll give you the exact quote on that. But essentially, it's an embroidery and chenille combo. We have a video on that on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out, for a kind of a demo on what it can do, and depending on what add-ons you have, that can also drive the price up. But if you're just looking for the kind of base model with chenille plus embroidery, yeah, I believe it's around 20 to 30,000. Okay. One last question here that I'll kind of answer. Let's see here. This is not a question, but there's a comment from Ashley. Can my rep contact me about the Pro white toner system to add to my TC1501? Thanks. Make sure to just our team down below. Make sure to kind of get Ashley in touch with her account coordinator so that she can kind of get started with the white toner transfer printer. Sean says the GOAT. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. All right, last question. Let's see, what's a good one here? Last question. So Sean asked, how do we fix our portal if it's not working? Yeah, just contact support. They can reset your password or something if you're not logged in or you forgot your password. They can help you reset it or just give you another instance of that access. That should get things working. We had a couple of people that kind of went through the same thing and then it got fixed. All right, I think that's it. I saw like one other question. Al Garcia, I'm expecting my 6-head wide on Thursday. Awesome. And again, tag us on any of our social media channels to make sure that we kind of we see what you're doing with the machine. Would love to see that, and then also kind of reshare some stuff if they're very interesting. Okay, all right. I think that should be it. Those are all the questions that I had or that I was able to get through. I wanted to kind of quickly recap some of the stuff that we talked about in the beginning if you're joining us late for the sales that we have going on, and then we'll kind of announce the winner for the auto caps giveaway for the cap kit. So first off, obviously we already talked plenty about the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer that we just launched that last Friday as part of the Memorial Day sale. That sale will go on till next Friday, so you do have some time to get in on that, but as I think someone mentioned or asked whether it's in stock, it is in stock. We only have about 100 of those in the first shipment, and within 2 days have already like 15 orders or so. So I do expect by the end of the sale, probably more than half of those printers are going to be sold. So definitely try to get in on the first wave and get that order placed in before the sale ends if you're interested in that. We do have 0% financing for 48 months on those printers. For the white toner transfer printer, so and free shipping for either the starter or the pro bundle. So make sure you get in on that. And as I mentioned before, the difference between the starter and the pro bundle is that the starter bundle, the pro bundle comes with a longer warranty, 18 months instead of just 12 months. So an extra added 6 months peace of mind. It also has a larger heat press, and it's an auto open heat press versus a manual heat press. It comes with a it comes with Teflon paper and more supplies. It comes with more transfer paper. So basically, kind of more in your bundle to kind of, you know, really help you kickstart your commercial business. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to get in on that before the sale ends. And then for our other products, obviously with embroidery and with DTG printers, that's something that we also have a sale going on those. For embroidery, it is 0% financing for $130 per month. And free shipping up to $1,500, so you can save a lot on free shipping if you buy a larger machine. The larger you buy, the more you'll save on shipping, up to $1,500. And then on the DTG printers, 0% financing for as low as $235 per month, with everything you need to get started in that as well, including not only the DTG printer but the heat press, as well as the sorry, the DTG printer, the heat press, the Teflon paper for the heat press. You also get the sprayer gun to spray any pre-treatment onto the t-shirts. You also get the pre-treatment liquid. So basically everything you need right out of the box to start printing your first t-shirt, and obviously the software as well for the RIP software that goes along with the Ricoh RI1000 DTG printer. All right, and live training, so you can, you know, make sure you're comfortable with your machine. And all of those packages have free shipping included, so can save you upwards of $1,500 on the embroidery side, and $800 or so on either the DTG printer or the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer. All right, so that's it for kind of recapping the announcements. We'll kind of go ahead and draw the winner for the auto caps kit, which will include some free blank caps as well as a $50 credit for future purposes, for future purchase purposes with auto caps that you can utilize in that kit as well. So you get some free sample caps to try out and to, you know, maybe stitch or print on, and at the same time you also get future credit. So if you want to order any of those caps, you can actually take advantage of a discount from auto caps. All right, so we'll go ahead and announce the winner down below. Drum roll, please. Let's see who the winner is. I'm waiting for the. I'm just as gonna be surprised as whoever the winner is, because I don't know who the winner is right now. All right, good luck. Okay, so the winner is Brittany Cott. Awesome, great. So Brittany, congrats on winning the auto caps kit. And we'll get your information and ship that out to you. So you can get that in the mail, as well as the $50 coupon. So you can purchase more from AutoCaps if you like it. And I think that's it for us for today. I answered a lot of great questions. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and also being interactive and asking those questions for all of our viewers. And hopefully I was able to give a lot of value to you guys in this live stream. Again, we do this every single month. So this is for the month of May. We'll be back again next month for the same thing. And hopefully you guys are, are going to attend and get a lot of value out of this and implement those things you've gathered into your business to hopefully kind of grow and scale in 2021 and beyond. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and see you guys next month. Take care.